Slovakia. Jewel in the crown of Central Europe, home to fantastic landscapes, scenic cities, rich streetscapes, beautiful palaces, incredibly cute women, football stadiums that are closed in December and January, and big beers with massive heads. Hey folks, hope you're all doing well. It's Dan here, and this is episode 15. So, this is a brief episode just to get you caught up on what is going on now that I am the manager of Slovan Bratislava. As you can see, if we look at the competitions, pardon me, we are doing okay. We've played 5 league games so far, won 4, and we drew against Žilina at home. And yeah, the good news is that we have officially qualified for the Europa Conference League. We are down there, and in doing so, we have met our first target of us. Pardon me, a first target set by the board, which was to reach the Europa Conference League proper. So, job done. They seem to be vaguely satisfied that we're there or thereabouts in the league. And yeah, so things have started positively. In terms of the squad, if I go to reports, so in terms of age profile, the board do want us to be signing players under the age of 23, and yeah, they're vaguely satisfied with that. And we'll talk about transfers in a little bit. So we kind of run from 18 up to 35, although our 35-year-old is a goalkeeper who we don't play. We're not playing Unai Lopez. We have this guy, Niemanja Radonjic. He is a Serbian international who is just with us on trial. So very few of these 30-something-year-olds we actually play. We play Riviera, we play Anton Say, we play Panya, and then, yeah, we're kind of well into the 29s. So there is a real bias in terms of the playing squads or the pool from the squad that we're actually playing. So in terms of ability, yeah, it's really not bad. It's a massive squad, and that's because I've bought an absolute ton of players, and there is some potential there. It's a stacked squad for this league, quite frankly. What was I about to show you? Gosh. Yes. Well, let's go to transfers then. Yeah, we brought in a whole bunch. Potis Adamakis is very much one for the future. He's a Greek under-21 international who I had absolutely no hand in signing. He was signed prior to my arrival. Or it was agreed prior to my arrival. Sam Barnes is someone that I did draft in. He is a 28 English player that we signed from Fleetwood, who is fairly decent. He was never going to set the world alight, but he is tall, 6'3", and he's actually started to contribute some headed goals. So in our last game, he scored 2 goals against WSG Tirol. We'll get to that. So yeah, he is a solid enough player. We bought Michal Duda, who can play essentially in the defensive midfield role. We may look to retrain him as a central midfielder as well, so he's a bit more adept at that. But again, yeah, he's a really solid player with some considerable potential. We bought Miroslav Stratka, also from Rajumborok. So these two fellas came from the same club. He, I think we just needed some more central defenders, and I may have overpaid. I think we met his minimum release clause to get him in. He's fine. There's nothing absolutely outstanding about him apart from the fact that he is incredibly brave. Good physicals, some fairly good mentals, technicals, not so good, but you know, he is relatively young at 21, so he will improve. We bought a Thai international randomly on a free, I think, from memory. Yeah. So he's come from Plymouth. Pardon me, that is Ekanit Panya. Decent mentals, still got some good physicals at the age of 29 and some good technicals as a winger. So that's where we're using him predominantly. He can play on both sides. He has a reasonable left foot, so he's been brought in because he is, yeah, he can play in a variety of different roles. We also brought in on a free, yeah, Tyler Goodrum. He came from Burnley, and yeah, this kid is, well, he's 26. Yeah, he is really rather good. So he has played very, very well so far, both in the league and the Conference League. He's tricky, good dribbling, good flair, very agile, good acceleration, decent pace. Well, not decent, good pace. So yeah, he is an absolute steal. Surprised his transfer value is so low, quite frankly, under $250,000. Who else did we buy? My gosh, we bought another Englishman. So yeah, we really tapped into the English market again on a free. So he came from Norwich via FC Dallas. Gosh, I really need to figure out how to use these tabs. So 6 foot advanced forwards. Got all the good stats for that apart from passing and decisions, to be honest. He started pretty decently, 5 goals in the Slovak First Division, but yet to net in the Europa Conference. So he's hoping that he can break his duck before too long. Anton Say was an absolute find, 3.5 star, German 31-year-old. So we brought him in for 550k. I still maintain that was really good. His value's gone up from that. So obviously we got some pretty good value there. He is just, we needed a left back. We needed to improve there. And he absolutely fits the bill. He is quick. He's aggressive. He's got decent mentals and pretty decent technicals. So he is all good. He scored 2 goals and recorded 5 assists in 6 appearances so far in the conference preliminaries that we have successfully navigated. Who else did we buy? We bought, I'm going to butcher this, I want to say Martin Sedidla. Let's go with that. He is 27, Czech national. We need an improvement at right back, so he fits that bill. He's 6'1". He's got some pace. I don't think he's quite as exciting as Anton Say, but you can't win them all. He is hardworking, and he can head, and he just adds to what is already a fairly tall back line. So all good. There were some kids who were brought in, but I'm not controlling that. So these four lads at the bottom. Oh, apart from Tomasz Karas, who I did sign. Yes, I forgot about him. So we did spend a pretty penny on him, 625,000. His finishing is absolutely garbage as an advanced forward, but he has got pace to burn. His work rate isn't great. Good technique. I'm kind of hoping at 19 years of age he will eventually come good. We've currently got him training as an advanced forward, so I'm hoping that over the next season that we start to see an improvement in his attributes. So yeah, that is essentially it. These two lads at the bottom, they had nothing to do with me. There were some outgoings. We have tried to get some funds in just to kind of offset what we've been doing here. Essentially, we were promised 5.25 million, and the transfer budget has gone. Not quite sure where the other best part of 2 million went, but it is what it is. I'm happy with the squad, so that is absolutely fine and dandy. So in terms of next steps, we do have our, gonna filter by, what have I done? Europa Conference League. So we have our 6 fixtures. We are going to play Dynamo Minsk at a neutral ground. That's first off. That's happening in September, so about 3 weeks away. We are then going to play Zrinjski. So Mostar is Bosnia and Herzegovina. Okay, so yeah, I kind of like the look of that they have got here by virtue of being dumped out of the Europa League playoff. So not that that's necessarily indicative of anything. So they've just been dumped out of successive preliminaries, so Champions League to Europa League to us. So I'm kind of confident about that one. Legia Warsaw, so that'll be an interesting game. And then Lille away, that'll probably be pretty tough, I'm not going to lie. Atalanta is going to be fairly solid, I imagine. Yeah, they're continental, good reputation. So that's going to be tricky. And then we have Motherwell at home, just to bring in a bit of UK interest. So possibly 3, kind of 3 games that we might be able to compete. So Minsk, 2.5-star reputation. Legia, 3.5-star. Okay, so I'm going to row back from that one. 3-star. Okay, all right. Well, no easy games. So I think at this point, really, it's just about being able to compete, try and pick up some wins, earn some prize money, and maybe try and get a playoff berth. I think top 8 is going to be way too ambitious, but you never know. In terms of our journey to get there, we had a couple of dicey moments. We dispatched Vidar, who are from North Macedonia, fairly comfortably, 3-0 in the first leg, and then we went to their place and won 1-0. And then we played Milsami or Hey from Moldova. I've probably butchered that pronunciation. So that was a little bit dicey. We were 2-0 up. They got pegged us back to 2-1. Well, not really pegged back, but reduced the deficit. And then we went to their place, and yeah, the first half was quite nip and tuck, but we got an injury time goal, which kind of opened things up for us because they had to come at us. And then we did dispatch WSG Tyrol. Again, we kind of lucked out in the first leg. I think we were reasonably good value, but Sam Barnes scored a header in injury time. I think it was literally the last piece of play. And then he scored another headed goal in the second minute of our home second leg. And that, again, it was a tight first half, but we then got the job done in the second half when they had to open up and come at us. So it's been comfortable, reasonably comfortable up to this point. So what the rest of this campaign holds, I'm not quite sure. Let's see if we can go back. There we go. Lovely. So in terms of, so that's the update. If there's anything that I have missed, do let me know. In terms of our next live games, I think I'm just going to motor along, and potentially we do have an interesting triple header here. Turnover away and Dunajska Strada. So that is Turnover's first at the moment, Dunajska Strada are second. So we've got a decent league double header. But yeah, I think I'll progress and then show you the first Europa Conference League game, and that will kind of set out our stall for, it might be indicative of how we're going to get on, and then feature this double header because really we want to be pushing on, and we don't necessarily want to be playing Conference League next season. We'd like to at least kind of compete to an extent in Europa League, because I think Champions League is a little bit far away for us at the moment. That might come in the next 2 to 3 league campaigns. I may change my mind completely. I might get carried away, play Dynamo Minsk, in which case we could potentially have a bit of a triple header here, but I will try and restrain myself and just play these 3 leg games and a cup game, and then bring you Dynamo Minsk later in the week. But anyway, so that's it from me, folks. Thank you very much for watching, as always, and I hope you have a fantastic day and a good week.